Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, it's Linda Jordan with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions. Yes, this is Wednesday, and I am popping on at a different time today. Um, but I just wanted to share just a few moments with you with all the things that are going on in the world today. It just hit me that I needed to share two important things that come to mind that we don't do as individuals. We need to do better at. Well, the first one is, well, it's all around understanding people. But most importantly, we need to understand people's differences. We need to appreciate our differences. Failure to do so causes us so much grief. And instead of trying to understanding others in your image, we need to learn to appreciate our differences. If someone has a talent that's better than me, then that's great. Praise them, but don't be negative toward them. You know, if someone is better at something than me, then combining our two strengths together, we can be awesome. Too often, we neglect to understand people for their differences. And it becomes a competition. It doesn't need to be a competition. So if I find someone who has a better strength than me, then yes, I'm going to praise them. I'm going to help them do better at what they're doing, because when they do better, I do better. And we as individuals need to do better when it appreciating our differences. Most importantly, and before I go there, when we gain new knowledge because someone is better at something, then that just makes us better. The second thing I wanted to just share with you very briefly today is we need to do a better job of understanding how similar we are to each other. There's so much going on in the world today, and people are forgetting about there's so many similarities that we all have as individuals, as cultures, as people. As business owners, as family members, as entrepreneurs, we have so much that is in common. And we so often focus on our differences when we need to be focusing on our similarities. And it just something this afternoon just hit me and said, I just need to share this message with the audience, because it's we all share, and right now we're all sharing in our fears, we're sharing in our sorrows. When it comes to all the cases that are going on with Black Lives Matter, when it's going on with the recent shooting of the 20-year-old, and then going through the George Floyd case. But there are so many similarities around all of us. And then there's hate on Asians, and that should not be. There's so many similarities among all of us. And for some reason, in this moment in time, we are focusing on the differences. But if we come together as a people and focus on what we do well together and how similar we are to each other, we would be so much better. And I just thought it was important that I share that with my audience today. For those that are listening, let's not focus on the differences. Let's learn to understand each other as a people, learn to understand each other and appreciate the differences that we have. Because the more that you talk to that person or those individuals, you will find out that there's so many things that we have in common. It's not that we're different other than maybe our skin color or the color of our eyes or the way that our hair is or the way that we walk, the way that we talk. Those are different because we're different people. But inside, we are all the same. We're all the same, but we spend so much energy focusing on the differences that we miss the opportunities to embrace each other and focus on what's similar, what's the good in each other, how we can work together as a team, how we can be one, how can we help our neighbors get to be better at what they're trying to do rather than trying to focus on breaking them down. We've got to do a better job of that. We just have to. Because if we don't, if we keep focusing on the differences and not focusing on the good and what's similar with each other, I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. But I just wanted to take a few minutes this afternoon for those who are listening, just to share with you. Take just a moment to understand that person. If you're working in the office and you're in a cubicle, whatever it is, Take some time to understand that person is sitting beside you. If you're in church on Sunday and you meet someone who's new or you haven't seen in a while, take the time to understand that person. If you're in the grocery store and there's a neighbor you haven't seen in a while, say hello. Take the time to understand what's going on with them. You know, there are children who are trying to get back into school. Maybe you see a little kid in the neighborhood. Take the time to, say something nice to them. Find out what's going on with them. We don't take enough time to focus on our own community. We don't take time to focus on people to see what's good in them, focusing on how we are so much more alike than we are different. That's my message today. That's what I wanted to share. I've gone over my 5 minutes, but I hope that what I have said has touched at least one person, just one. Because if we could touch one person every day, maybe we can get to everyone across the world. But we as a people need to do a better job of looking at how we are so much more alike than we are different. Thank you and have a fabulous day. It's Linda Jordan signing out with LRJ Coaching and Business Solutions.